Good Monday morning to you. My name is Josh, and I get the absolute pleasure of serving as the online ministries director right here at Pekin First. And welcome to the Monday Update. That's right, it is Monday morning once again. I'd like to encourage you to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast and share it with those who just might need a little extra pick-me-up on a Monday morning. All right, we have so much going on in and around Pekin First. It is absolutely just mind-blowing, the things we have going on around here. But we're going to start this morning with a little recap of this weekend. Very nice weather, almost hot on Saturday, right? I did some outside work, me and my wife did, and I worked a little bit of at some properties and just cleaning up and getting things ready for the cold, basically. And just what a great weekend we had. A little cooler on Sunday, but still very nice. So so just a great weekend. I hope yours was fantastic as well. We're back to the cool, crisp mornings for sure. And today it's going to be cloudy. We got a little percentage of rain in there, so that might come through, but 55 as a high. Morning showers in the morning, 55 as a high as well. And then Wednesday, mostly cloudy, 56. As we slide into the weekend, next weekend, or this coming weekend, it'll be it'll be highs in the 50s, the mid 50s. So it's going to cool down quite a bit. Late November is starting to sneak in for sure. We have like I said, we have all kinds of things going on in and around Pekin First. So let's check this out. It's a lot. It's a lot. Pekin First is moving and a grooving. All right. First off, if you missed the sermon this weekend, you can go back and listen to that on the Sunday message on the major platforms, the major podcast platforms such as Apple Podcast and Spotify and Amazon Music. You can go check that out. It is a new series called Advice from Uncle Jim. I know I called it Tom last weekend. That is the music buff coming out in me, but it is Advice from Uncle Jim, and it has to do with Jesus's brother James. So what a great sermon this week. So I encourage you to listen to the Sunday message. Also, while you're flipping podcasts, check out the Pekin First podcast. This one is on gratitude. I know I talked a little bit about gratitude in the beginning of the last Monday update, and God just kept pushing on me for this. So we made a podcast out of it, and it was inspired by my sister. And she basically just said, in this, we're going to start living a life of gratitude, talking about her and her family, because, some rough things have come at them, and you still got to be thankful for what's in front of you. So that is on the Pekin First podcast. Again, you can catch that one on all the major platforms, including YouTube. A new Bible study is here at Pekin First. It is called The Parables of Jesus. That happens in the youth room at 9 a.m. on Sundays. We also have the deep dive Bible study that happens at 9 a.m. on Sundays as well. And that happens in the conference room. That is an ongoing one. That's not new, but it is ongoing. And you can hop in there anytime. Those folks are more than welcoming and would love to have you with them. There's a Christmas Bible study getting ready to happen. And this is put on by Debbie Helmick. And it's going to happen Tuesdays at 9 a.m. right here at the church. And it is called Christmas from the Backside. There's a book that goes along with this one, I believe. So you need to contact Debbie if you're interested. Or if you don't have time to get the book, or you haven't made that choice yet, and you're like, it requires a book, I'm not going to go. I'm sure they'll find a book for you to share. 100%. All kinds of kids and youth group things going on. Our youth group is looking at the subject, what a Christian looks like in today's world. And, I get frustrated at today's world. And I talked a little bit about this on the Pekin First podcast, and I started to get a little passionate about it, because part of my job and where I come from, as far as during the day where I have to be, I have to come through the south side to get home and to go to work. And seeing the things happening down there, it's so important to instill in our youth what a Christian looks like today. Because, man, let me tell you, it breaks my heart going through there. And it's not the, it's a very underserved area, of course, but it's the addictions and you can see it happening right there on the street. And so making sure that our youth knows what a Christian looks like to either help those people or just follow their heart for sure. The youth do have a lock-in December 28th. And then they're going to do a serving opportunity on December 29th as well. January 9th through the 11th, there is a winter retreat, and that is in Michigan. So if you're interested in any of the youth group stuff happening, contact Sandy Delgado, ATS Delgado at peakinfirst.org. The Cunningham Angel Tree is now up and behind the sanctuary. That's going to happen. This happened this last weekend. It's going to happen this next weekend. So all you got to do is grab one of those tags, and we'll give you a due date when the presents need to be back by. The Cunningham home basically just gives people worth, and they walk them through the social aspects and just getting back up on their feet. But there's a lot of kids there that are going to be underprivileged for Christmas. So this is just the church's way of providing gifts for these underprivileged children at the Cunningham home. Snack packing is going to happen this Wednesday at 5 p.m. This is super important for us. We provide snack packs for Dirksen School. And these snack packs go through the month, and they'll go through Thanksgiving, obviously. So we're going to pack them a little heavy so that they have a healthy meal over the weekend. And because especially now with SNAP benefits being late and just the underprivileged children, there's no food in the house. So it just puts a little extra something in their tummy. So snack packing happens November 19th, this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Unite Kids is going to have their annual Santa breakfast. This year is going to be a little different, though. So you're going to have your op with Santa, of course, and they put out this beautiful breakfast spread. Oh, it is so amazing. But this year, they're going to have a living nativity scene, and it's going to be interactive. So this should be a ton of fun. I know Miss Diane and Miss Emmy have put a ton of time into this. So if you are interested in attending this breakfast, it happens on December 6th, but registration is required. Let me say that again. Registration is required. We got to make sure we have enough food for everybody and enough seats for everybody. And so I encourage you to email eteast@peakinfirst.org and just register for breakfast. That's always a good time. December 11th, Debbie Helmick and they'll be going in her group. There's a group of people that have just been taking this on, and I think it's the outreach committee. They go to the Midwest Food Bank about once a month. That's going to happen on December 11th at 1 p.m. Pekin First has picked up a day ringing a bell for the Salvation Army. And this is on Saturday, December 13th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Pekin Walmart. All right, that's just part of what we got going on. So I encourage you to like, follow, and subscribe to Pekin First. There's all kinds of ways that you can just get involved here at the church through Bible study, through giving back to the community. It's just little things like packing snack packs or dropping off food for the snack packs or dropping off food. We have our open table cafe that happens and just donating food for that. Or here's the other thing. This is where I'm going to get into the Monday Mindful Moment. I'm just going to slide right into that. The Monday Mindful Moment. I keep seeing these reels of on my social media of the guy who goes and feeds the homeless. Like, so he's crowdsource funded, and he takes that money and he goes to local restaurants, locally owned restaurants, and he'll buy pizzas, or he went to a food truck and bought pizzas and just had the food truck pull up and fed all the homeless in a camp. And what a heart that takes. So here at the church, we know that the local pantries, we heard some stories, and one story that really got me, and me and Pastor Sean were talking about it on the Pekin First podcast. The basic essentials that people need. One, so at one pantry here in town, they had toilet paper. They were giving out toilet paper, but they only had enough to give one roll to everybody. And with the current economic climate we have, and just things like that, this lady, she took it and she was so excited to get toilet paper. They had been ripping up old shirts and using them as toilet paper because they didn't have any in the house. Wow, just the basic essentials. So the food banks here in town are just struggling because their numbers have doubled. It's crushing them. So here at the church, we've put some old county market boxes, and I'm going to show my age right there, but they're old grocery store boxes is what they are. And we've got them out in both of our lobbies. We're going to take the food that ends up in those boxes, and we're going to donate them to the local food pantries here in town. We got to help. Jesus calls us to feed people. Jesus calls us to help the less fortunate. So that's what we're going to do. And the church has stepped up in so many ways. As you can tell just from this podcast, the church has stepped up in so many ways. And I'm so proud to be a part of Pekin First. I'm so proud to be a part of Pekin First and everything that's going on here, because just in the times that we live in, it's so great to have people who love to help and love to give and just love to love people, and grace flows here. So remember, God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things.